Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome, student. Today we will start the transfer of heat, chapter 6. Now, in the earlier class, we have read the matter is composed of a tiny particle called molecule. A molecule can exist freely in nature and it possesses the property of the matter. Okay, and the size of the molecule is meter minus 10 meter, and it cannot be seen by the microscope. Simple microscope we can't see. Okay, the molecules are motion. Molecules are is always in motion, and they have also force of attraction. That force of attraction is called the intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, and if the molecule are in motion, that they possess kinetic energy. They possess kinetic energy. Now, the heat is the total kinetic energy of the molecule is called heat. The total kinetic energy of the molecule is called heat. What do you mean by heat? Heat is total kinetic energy of the molecule. Okay, this object, if you touch it, then somebody touch it, then he said that it is hot object, or hot or cold. So by just touching we will say that this object is hot or cold. So heat is a form of energy which gives us sensation of hotness and coldness. Okay, so heat is also a form of energy which gives us sensation of hotness and or coldness. Clear? It is measured by the unit. The SI unit of heat is joule. Another unit of heat is calorie. Okay, another unit, but the SI unit is joule. Okay, now when two bodies having different temperature kept in contact, heat flows from a body, hotter body to colder body. Okay, the average kinetic energy of a substance is measured the temperature. Look at this. For heat, the total kinetic energy, but what do you mean by temperature? The average kinetic energy. Average kinetic energy of a substance measures the temperature of the body. Okay. Now, if this is a hot body and this is a cold body, okay, hot body and cold body, if these two bodies are comes in contact, then heat is transferred from higher body to lower body. Higher temperature to lower temperature, hot body to cold body, always. Is it clear? Now if the average temperature, look at this, when there is a rise in kinetic energy, when there is a rise in kinetic energy, the temperature increases, and when there is a fall in average kinetic energy, the temperature is decreases. Is it clear? So the average kinetic energy is called the temperature. In simple, heat is a form of energy which gives us sensation of hotness and coldness. Okay, coldness, and temperature is degree of hotness and coldness. How much the substance is hot and how much the substance is cold, or the amount of hotness and coldness is measured temperature. Is it clear? Hope you have understood. Now look at this. Here, during the change in state of a substance at a constant temperature, since no heat is absorbed or rejected, there will be no change in kinetic energy of the molecule, since the temperature remain constant, but the average potential energy will be increase or decrease. Look at this. If you heat, this is a water. Okay, this is a water. If you supply heat, continuously supply heat, then the water having temperature 30 degree, after 5 minutes temperature is rises 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree centigrade, but after few seconds the temperature is 100 degree centigrade. But if you continuously supplying heat, after 10 minutes the temperature is also 100 degrees centigrade. The temperature is not changing. Okay, the temperature is not changing. So there, here water start boiling at 100 degrees centigrade, but the temperature is not changing. Where the temperature gone? The temperature is used to change the state. The liquid is transferred into vapor. Okay, so when the change of state occur, the temperature remain constant. Mind it, temperature will not change. Temperature will not change. No change in temperature during the change of state. Is it clear? Now the effect of temperature. Effects of temperature. What will happen if heat increase or decrease? 3 points, 3 effects. Number 1, change in temperature. Heat produce mainly the 3 effects. Number 1, change in temperature. So this is an object. If you provide heat, the temperature is increases. Okay, increases. Now if you stop heating, the temperature will be decreases. Okay, so temperature is change in temperature. Okay, with the increase of heat or decrease of heat. Okay, number 2, with the heat, if you produce heat, the substance can change its state. Means that here, look at this. Here, this is a liquid. Okay, if you provide heat, then that liquid is converted into gas. Okay, or if you reject heat from the liquid, that liquid will be solidify and become solid. Okay, so liquid can change into solid can change into liquid can change into gas. So with the effect of heat, by giving heat, the change of state, or rejecting heat, the body reject heat, the change in state. Okay, there will be a change of state of the body. So with the effect of heat, the body can change its state. Number 3, change in size of the body. That is expansions, thermal expansion. Okay, that property is called thermal expansion. Now look at this. Here, this is the object. Okay, an iron rod. We apply heat. Okay, applying heat, then after getting heat, the size of that object will increase little bit. Okay, and if you cool that object, if that object reject heat, the size of the object will decrease. So with the effect of heat, the change in temperature, the body can change the temperature. Number 2, the body can change the state. And number 3, the size of the body can change with the heat. Okay, by getting heat. Is it clear? Now look at this. Change in state. Solid convert into liquid, and liquid convert into gas. Okay, so when solid convert into liquid by heat absorb, then the solid convert into liquid. Look at this. Solid convert into liquid by heat absorb. Is it clear? Now liquid also convert into gas by heat absorb. Okay, when solid, the process by which solid convert into liquid by heat absorb, that process is called melting. Okay, that process is called melting. And the temperature at which solid convert into liquid, that is called melting point. Clear? Now when liquid, the process by which liquid convert into gas by heat absorb, by absorption of heat, that process is called vaporization. Okay, vaporization. Okay, and the temperature at which the liquid convert into gas, that is called boiling point. Okay, that is called boiling point. Now, the melting and vaporization is happen by absorption of heat. Now, in reverse, when gas cool or gas reject heat, okay, the process by which the gas convert into liquid by rejecting heat, that process is called condensation. That process is called condensation. And when the liquid convert into solid, that is called freezing. And freezing happen by rejecting heat. If we cool the liquid, that liquid is converted into solid. Okay, so the process by which a liquid convert into solid by rejecting heat, that is called freezing or solidification. And the temperature at which the liquid convert into solid, that temperature is called freezing point. Okay, freezing point. Is it clear? Freezing point of a water is 0 degree centigrade. The water freeze at 0 degree centigrade, and the liquid, that water, convert into ice. Okay, one more thing, when solid directly change into gas directly, without changing in liquid, without changing the intermediate state liquid. Okay, solid directly change into gas by absorption of heat, that is called sublimation. And when gas directly convert into solid, without changing into liquid by rejecting heat, that process is called solidification or deposition. Mind it, deposition. Here it is solidification is written. Okay, it is also solidification because the gas is solidified. Okay, so, or we will say name deposition. Is it clear? Deposition and solidification. Now, temperature is measured by the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Okay, it is also measured in degree centigrade or degree Fahrenheit. Clear? Now, the change of a liquid into vapor, in two states. There's a two ways to change of a liquid into vapor. Number one is evaporation. The process is called evaporation. And number two is boiling. Okay, so there is a difference between boiling and temperature, or evaporation or boiling. Okay, there's a huge difference between evaporation and boiling, or boiling and evaporation. Okay, now number one, evaporation, in the both cases the liquid convert into gas. Okay, liquid convert into gas in both cases. But in boiling, the liquid convert into gas. Boiling takes place at a fixed temperature. Okay, the temperature is fixed. But in evaporation, the evaporation takes place at all temperature, at any temperature, all or any temperature. Is it clear? Boiling takes place at fixed temperature and evaporation takes place at any temperature. Boiling is a violent process. Okay, when this is a water, and if the water start boiling, then all the molecules takes parts and it also produce bubbles, and it is a violent process. But evaporation is a silent process, silently. Okay, it is a silent process. Is it clear? Now, whenever boiling of the molecule, boiling of a substance, of a liquid, it the water boils. For example, this is water. The boiling takes place at entire mass of the substance, entire mass. Okay, entire mass. But evaporation only the surface. Okay, evaporation takes place only the, this is a water. Okay, water level, the heat absorbed, the evaporation takes place only the surface of the liquid, okay. But boiling takes place at entire mass, the whole mass of the liquid is started boiling, okay. But the evaporation only the surface of the liquid, on the surface of the liquid start evaporating, okay. So these are the some examples of the boiling and differences between boiling and temperature. Many are there. Boiling is a cooling effect. Boiling produce cooling effect. Sorry, evaporation produce cooling effect. Okay, this evaporation produce cooling effect. Okay, and but boiling is a produce heating effect. That's why cooling effect, that pitcher, that this is in Hindi we say that shurahi. Okay, the pitcher has some pores. If we keep water in the pitcher, the earthen pot, okay, the water in the earthen pot gets cooled. Why? Because there is a pores, there small pores in the earthen pot. Through that small pore the water evaporates. Is it clear? So that evaporation makes the water cool. Okay, makes the water cool. Now the evaporation, the rate of evaporation, look at this, the rate of evaporation depends on temperature of the liquid, wind, surface of area, and presence of humidity. Very, very important this one. The evaporation depends on which factor? Okay, number one, the rate of evaporation depends on temperature. Okay, if temperature is more, the evaporation will be more. If the temperature is less, the evaporation will be less. That's why in hot summer day the water evaporates more, and in cold winter days the water evaporates less. So evaporation is faster when the temperature increases, and evaporation, the rate of evaporation will be slower if the temperature is decreases. Number two, the effect of blowing of air on the rate of temperature. So if you are that if we spread a cloth, that wet cloth here, our mother or we, that clothes were spread like this. Okay, now if the air blow, then if the rate of the air blow is fast, then clothes will dry faster. Okay, the clothes will dry faster. In our home, if we keep this shirt or cloth, the wet cloth, okay, and if we start running the fan, if we run the fan, then the evaporation will be faster and the shirt will dry faster. And if the wind, if the blowing of air is slow, then the rate of evaporation is slow. Clear? Now evaporation also depends on the surface area, very very important. Surface area, on increase the surface area, okay, on increase the surface area, area of exposed to air, the rate of evaporation is increased. Okay, the reason is being that the increase of the area of the surface, the number of molecules escaping out from the surface is increased. Look at this. Here I am giving some example. Look at this. The tea in a cup, okay, on the tea in the desk, that dish, okay. So which one will be faster, will be cool faster? This one. Why? Because the surface area is more. Here this one is the surface area is more, but here the surface area is less, only this much, okay. Or we have a wet cloth, the cloth is like that, folded in folded form, and someone spreading the shirt, okay, like that, okay, someone is spreading the shirt is like that. So which one will faster dry? Obviously this one, because the surface area of the cloth is this much, and the water evaporates from the spread shirt is faster than the folded shirt, okay. Is it clear? So the rate of evaporation is faster when the area of exposed surface is more, okay. Now number 2, now next point is effects of presence of humidity. The rate of evaporation depends on also humidity. How? In presence of humidity, the rate of evaporation becomes slow, because vapor molecules do not find space to escape. Humidity means, what do you mean by humidity? The presence of water in air, okay. The water molecule in air, that is called humidity. So in winter the water molecule in air is more, okay, is more. So the humidity is more. That's why if water molecule is more in air, then the rate of evaporation will slow. So more humid weather, the rate of evaporation will be slow. In summer the water molecule in air is less, and the air is hot, okay. Then rate of evaporation is high, okay. Now, so the presence of humidity is also affects on the rate of evaporation. Clear? Evaporation produces cooling effect. When a liquid evaporates, it produces cooling in its surrounding. In this process of evaporation, a liquid changes to vapor. For this purpose, some heat is needed. If there is no external supply of heat, the liquid either will draw unnecessary heat from the surrounding. Example, palm of your hand, therefore palm gets cold. Now I have given one example, that the pitcher, the water, that earthen pot, if you keep water in the earthen pot, after some time the water become cool. How? Because of the evaporation. The earthen pot has some pores, okay, many pores are there. From these pores the water evaporates, and this due to the evaporation the water become cool, okay. So evaporation produces cooling effect. Okay, clear? Hope you have understood this one.